introducing. It was a regular club meeting, and during the closing session, the president of the club introduced a new member and asked the club who would like to be the mentor of this new member. The next 30 seconds of silence was deafening. Here you had a young girl standing and looking at the club, and the club was silent. Not one member was willing to be the mentor of this girl. To save the situation, I asked her, "Where do you live?" And when she answered, "It happened to be very close to my house," and I said, "Okay, I will become your mentor." This is something that happened 14 years ago. She later on became the secretary of our club. Don't get wrong ideas, she got married to somebody else. She was already married then. She's now in the US, well settled, and vouches for the mentoring that she received in the Toastmasters program. Mr. President, past presidents, fellow Toastmasters, and future presidents. Who is a mentor? Why do we need a mentor? And somebody may ask, do we really need a mentor? These are some of the questions that may come to new members, and they would be wondering as to what this mentorship is all about. The Vice President of Education will say, "He is your mentor," and tell another member, "He is your mentor, she is your mentor, she is your mentor." They don't even know who each other is. They don't have any interaction, and sometimes that mentorship does not work. I'm sure many of you new members would have experienced that situation when you enter the club, you find somebody talking to some other person, you find the assignees busy planning for their program, and you're left alone, nobody talking to you. You feel empty there, you feel that you are a stranger here, you feel that you are unwanted. The first role that a mentor plays, my dear friends, is to make you feel comfortable in the club. When you come to the meeting, he or she is supposed to talk to you, make you feel comfortable. That will build that sense of belonging that a member needs to have in the club. I do not know if you have read your manual, but your manual talks about mentorship. Does anybody remember what you read about it? I will read out for you what is written in the manual. A mentor is a friendly, experienced fellow member who will help you with your first few speeches and answer any questions you may have as you begin working in the Toastmasters educational program. The mentor was once a new member and knows how important the help that you can give to someone in starting their Toastmasters program. The very first meeting I attended in this club, way back in 1997, sometime in July, I had one friend who introduced me to the club, but everybody else was new. And this happens to everybody. Through my mentor, I started getting to know many other members and started feeling comfortable. Now, who is a mentor is not the question, but what is a mentor? What exactly is the role of a mentor? If it is to be in the club or even outside. The first thing is, a mentor is supposed to be your friend. A friend is a very, very big word. A mentor is supposed to be your guide. He or she is supposed to be your philosopher. And more importantly, he or she should be available to help a new member. According to Eric Bosco, the Oxford School of Coaching and Mentoring, he says, mentoring is to support and encourage people to manage their own learning in order that they may maximize their potential, develop their skills, improve their performance, and become the person they want to be. Now this is something which is very, very huge, something which is very, very important. We all join Toastmasters with some goal, or maybe some selfish goal. I want to be an excellent speaker. I want to be a champion speaker. I want to be the president of the club. We have these goals in us, but how do you achieve them? You achieve them only with the support that your mentor gives. Now, I will explain to you how I do my mentoring, and if you as a mentee is not receiving this, ensure that you get it from your mentor. The first session between my mentee and me would be sitting and chatting. I introduce myself to my mentee. I am so and so, this is my wife's name, these are my son's name, this is my job, these are my hobbies, and things like that. I keep explaining to that person more and more about me, and that person gets to know me. The moment that person gets to know me, he or she will start talking about himself or herself. And as that person speaks, you need to judge and gauge the ability of that person. That will tell you what type of mentoring you're supposed to do. And the first thing that you will tell is, read your first project manual. I insist always that you read your manual before you come. Without reading the manual and understanding what it says, you really can't prepare a speech. And that's where the mentor helps. I have also gone through the manual with my mentees, explaining what it is all about, for those who are not able to really understand. And it made a way of a difference in their preparation of their speeches. Now, meeting them, discussing with them about their project speeches, planning along with them their growth in the organization of Toastmasters, and discussing the type of feedback that they get is something that is very, very important. Some of the senior members will remember Rashmita. Rashmita was from Orissa. I was a mentor. She was not able to say Rashmita, she would say Rasmita. The sh would not come. And that is the way she would always speak. Project 1, Project 2, Project 3, Project 4. It went on, and every evaluator told her, improve your pronunciation. But that's the way she was. And when it came to Project 8, she asked me, sir, you have not spoken about my pronunciation at all. But every evaluator has brought this up to me. The statement I made to her, I still remember, I said, Rashmita, the next time somebody talks about your pronunciation, ask them what pronunciation you need. The American pronunciation, or the British pronunciation, or the Australian pronunciation. This is what a mentor does to make the person feel comfortable. She was so happy that day. She said, sir, you made my day. Because it is so difficult for somebody to change from their vernacular pronunciations to what you expect out of them. Not that it cannot be done, it can be done, but that is the way I would encourage. Every time I mentor with anybody, I talk to them a lot of things. We have some of them here, and perhaps they would share sometime with you how I talk to them. We talk so many things about it, and they get ideas about what is expected out of them. Now, who decides who your mentor is? Anybody? So you decide who your mentor ought to be. Okay? When you are in the club, you've gone for 3 meetings or 4 meetings, you get to know the members, and then you go to the VP education and say, I want to become a member, and I want so and so to be a mentor. Now, the sad thing is, everybody wants a Rajdeep to be the mentor, everybody wants Mayal to be the mentor. That becomes a challenge for the mentor. mentor himself. Choose somebody who will be able to spend time with you, somebody who lives close to your place so that you can move easily, commute, shorter time of commuting so that you don't spend too much of time traveling. When you feel that your mentor is not giving you what you need, you have all the right to change. You can ask the VP Education, I want to change my mentor. And there is no hard feeling in that. It's just that we did not gel. It's just that we are not feeling comfortable. That's very, very important. Now, most Toastmasters would go to their mentor for project 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and that's about it. They will not talk about them being the master of ceremonies for the day, the grammarian, the art counter. They would only watch somebody doing it and copy that. I think you talk to your mentor about these roles. The master of ceremonies is very, very important. The first time you do it, you need help. You really need to be good, and this is where the mentor makes a difference. Now, many a times the mentees are not satisfied with their performance, and that's where the role of the mentor becomes more important. Trying to make the person feel that you have made your attempt. If you're not satisfied with this project, repeat it. And that's where the mentee gets a little bit of energy. Okay, there is somebody who's behind me and supporting me. So, fellow Toastmasters, if you aspire to become a mentor, first of all, you got to be willing, you got to be available, you got to be supportive, and you got to give a lot of suggestions to mentees. If you feel that your mentor is fixed in his or her focus on you, for one particular speech, go to somebody else. And say, tell the mentor that I'm trying somebody else as my mentor for this particular speech. Perhaps that person will recognize something in you. You always have that support of somebody who, and in this organization, it is only the support of your fellow club members that will make you different. Perhaps that's what you remember when you take the oath. Right? I will support my fellow club members. This is what it is, and this is what is expected. Now, mentoring is a wonderful job. I have enjoyed the mentoring I have done over the years. Many of them remain as good friends. You become mentors to them even in their lives. That is the type of relationship that you develop with them. And more importantly, if you are satisfied, then you also enjoy doing something. This is what I thought I would share. If there are any questions, you could ask. Yes, Avinash. Avinash will be waiting.
Then I've had a situation where my mentee, for one speech comes to me, the same speech goes to somebody else, maybe a third or fourth person. I know that is happening and I know it will be in a position where he can listen to speech, different issues. So how could you handle it if you came on as a representative, told you that you will participate?
Fortunately, none of my mentees have gone to anybody else. But this is a very peculiar situation that you are facing. If the mentee has, maybe he or she is having a problem of not being too confident that what I am preparing is sufficient. Okay? What is needed is, if you know that person is going to somebody else, talk to that somebody else. Perhaps that would be better. Maybe she or he is searching for something which is not being given to them by you or the other members. You should try that. But otherwise, wait for the speech. Let it come out and then give a feedback. This is what I had suggested to you. You used it. Wonderful. This is what we were discussing. We did not use it. It did not make a speech type of time. A very supportive type of feedback. Yes. Any questions? No questions. Yes.
After what project speech would you suggest someone take up?
Well, to mentor somebody on a project speech, you should have gone through it. Otherwise, it's difficult because you have not understood. Now, it is very clearly said in the manual that up to the 6th project, you need support. After that, you can sail on your own. But there are many who even when they go up beyond the basic manual, they still go for mentoring. It is either they want support or they are not confident. And if the mentor is confident, I can help you, that's fine. However, if you are mentoring somebody on a speech which you have not done or a project that you have not done, it is essential that you read the project guidelines. Only if you know what the guidelines say, you will not be able to help. Okay?
If I want to be a mentor, how many projects should I have?
So how much you should have completed, is it? That's a very big challenge for the Vice President of Education. You will not have very senior members coming, so then they will give somebody who has finished project 6, project 7. If you have finished project 5 and you're still on your journey going up, then you can start mentoring somebody who started. But if you stop somewhere, then it becomes a little bit challenging for you and for the mentee. So if you ask me, I would suggest somebody who has finished at least project 5 before he or she tries mentoring. It was yes, anything? No. It was a college reunion. Yeah.
Does a mentor learn how to mentor?
That's a nice question. Shall I ask you a question? Does your mother learn to become a parent? As a mother, she takes care of you as a child. You grow up and she's supposed to. Mentor is supposed to do that. Mentor is supposed to be a guide, a friend, okay, a philosopher, somebody who's going to support you. It was a college reunion after 20 years. The same group met, and one of them is telling everybody else, "Hey guys, you all look old." And everybody has looked at him and said, "You're nothing less." We have shining examples of Toastmasters like Rajdeep, like Siraj, like Somshekhar, and Umakant, and me. We're all shining examples. We're all shining on the top. For Toastmasters, the journey that you have taken in this organization will change your life. It changed mine. The journey you take as a mentor will change your life. It changed mine. The journey that you're looking forward to, leading this club, changed my life. It will change yours. The journey of Toastmasters for me is still not yet over. You've still just begun. You've got a long, long way to go. And as you go, you will grow. And as you grow, you will enjoy being a Toastmaster. I always say, once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster. Happy Toastmastering.